So photosynthesis is the production of carbon atoms from light energy. Photosynthesis converts the light energy to chemical energy, and it happens in two main stages. The first one being light-dependent reactions. The first part of this is the photosystem 2, where a light photon is absorbed by pigment in photosystem 2 and is transferred to other pigment molecules until it reaches one of the chlorophyll A molecules in the reaction center. Then a photon energy excites the chlorophyll A to a higher energy state, and then we move on to the next part of where an electron is captured by the primary acceptor of the reaction center. Then water is split and to produce electrons, hydrogen ions, and oxygen ions. And then this is called photolysis. Then we have the electrons are supplied by one by one to the chlorophyll and molecules of the reaction center. Excited electrons pass from primary acceptor down an electron transport chain right here, losing energy at each time. The first of the three characters is not on there. Then we have energy lost from moving down the electron transport chain, which drives chromiosmosis, and for phosphorylation of ADP to produce ATP. So this would be the ATP synthase. A proton of light is absorbed by pigment in photosystem 1. Energy is then transferred through several accessory pigments until received by a chlorophyll molecule. This results in an electron with a higher energy state being transferred to the primary electron acceptor. De-energized electrons from the photosystem 2 fill the void by newly energized electrons. Electrons with higher energy states pass down to the second electron transfer chain that involves the carrier ferredoxin, which is not on here, so it's a bonus. Then 2 electrons are required to produce NADP plus to NADPH right here. Then we move into the light-independent reaction, which, by the way, too, the light-dependent reaction is called the non-cyclic cycle. Non-cyclic, call it, phosphorylation. Then we move into light-independent reactions, which involves the Calvin cycle, right here. And ATP and NADP produced in light-independent reactions, and light-dependent reactions are used in the light-independent reactions. So the light-independent reactions occur in the stroma of the chloroplast, and we start out with the same amount that we began with. So you have to, since it's a cycle, you have to start out with the same amount. We start out with ribulose bisphosphate, RUBP, and carbon dioxide, and then this is binds with carbon. These two bind, the RUBP and carbon dioxide bind to form an unstable 6-carbon compound, and then the compound splits to form 2 glycerate 3-phosphate molecules. Each glycerate 3-phosphate molecule then receives 1 phosphate from ATP, and then each phosphorylated glycerate 3-phosphate is reduced by NADP. This result is 2 molecules of triose phosphate, TP. For every molecules of triose phosphate, 1 goes to glucose. And then the 5 remaining TP molecules are then reorganized to form RUBP, and lastly, the reorganization of TP into RUBP requires ATP.